Hey guys, we're back. So, had up some new missions if I remember correctly. Data. Okay, no. Okay, I don't have any. Raptor, everything you say? Okay, no. Okay, yeah. Alright. I need to refresh. Where did I get? Yeah, I guess it kind of looks cool. It's not as cool as I thought it was going to look, but whatever. Got basic eyes. I got suprathyroid, which is really good. I was debating whether to do the. There's the other one, the the other skin thing that just gives you more armor and more body, but plus one armor. This could come in handy. I don't have a whole lot of money left. Yep. I think I tend to do my jobs in the order that I receive them. So I think I'll do the deck con. Alright. I probably want her for obvious reasons, because I can't do anything deck related. Bring Gaichu. Okay, well, she has to be present anyway. Oh, can I only bring 3 people? I guess it's Gaichu then. A chartered bus carries you from Kai Tak to a mid-range hotel in Suen Yuan. All around you, the happy chatter of your fellow passengers fills your ears. You hear text speak in a variety of languages and dialects. talk about new lines of drones and decks, arguments over innovations in data jack technology, and baseless speculation about the next season of Urban Brawl. Your guest badge, a glossy slip of laminated paper emblazoned with a flashy logo, hangs on a lanyard around your neck, your ticket into the convention hall and the only disguise that you should need. The bus drops you in front of Harbor Spire's hotel, and you promptly circle around back to find a service entrance. Isabel should be waiting for you inside. Alright. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot. Karma available to improve your character's attributes and skills. Cancel for now. The service entrance to the Harbor Spire's hotel looks like any other. Scuffed walls coated in chipped paint. A floor of well-worn hardwood. A time card reader hanging from the wall at a slight tilt. Nothing about the dingy utilitarian confines of the room that you're in hints at the elegance and fine decor of the hotel beyond. This place reeks of crushed hopes and shoddy workmanship. He grabs the time card reader with one hand, straightens it, and holds it for a moment, then begins to slide. Can you imagine having to tolerate such conditions? It's a miracle that workplace violence is so rare. Your earpiece crackles to life, Isabel calling from the woman's lavatory. Chic. A burst of static fills your ears, obliterating Isabel's voice. A second later, she cuts back in. You in position? Yeah, I'm standing just inside the service entrance. Alright, so far. More white noise. Good. This doesn't bode well. Aren't you going to be giving us instructions over the comm? Yeah, hang on a sec. Static. Not trying to boost our signal strength. The sound cuts off entirely for a good 5 seconds. When Isabel's voice comes back, it's half gain as loud as it was before. There, that's better. What a pain in the ass this is. There's way too much interference coming from the show floor. We aren't going to be able to rely on our comm links for this. I'll find us a workaround. Hope that you do it fast, entire plane is army. Like I said, I'll find a workaround. For now, let's concentrate on the task at hand. Eh. I don't know shit about decking. The catering staff should all be in the kitchen, hauling trays of steamed clams and aperitifs out to the convention hall floor. I'm going to need you to find a way to get me one of their uniforms, one that will fit someone my size. Find a dwarf-sized catering uniform, check. Good. Oh, and chic, we aren't going loud yet, got it? Whatever you do, don't start shooting. Well, I don't have a gun, so I can't. Actually, nobody here. Actually, you're the only one here with a gun. Whatever you do, don't start shooting. We can afford to send Rhombus running before we can't afford to send Rhombus running before we can get him cornered. Right, no shooting until we have Rhombus. Got it. I don't have a drone. I'm not at all prepared for this. Probably should have brought Ractor in retrospect. This panel controls simple building maintenance and safety features, while the panel's admin-level user interface has been locked away behind a biometric fingerprint reader. A skilled decker could easily bypass such a restriction. Terminal Huang millions, the damn sprinklers went off again. The entire kitchen was flooded and Chef Bun quit. We're going to have to go with third-party caterers for the big event this weekend because we sure as hell can't steam a few thousand clams without any kitchen staff. Manifest logs. Okay, yeah. The Harbor Spire's kitchen are a whirlwind of activity. Attractive 20-somethings in white catering uniforms dash in and out of the room, their arms laden with heaping trays of steaming shellfish. One man stands still amidst the chaos, the eye of the storm. His white coat is at least half again whiter than those of his subordinates, and his collar's starched as stiff as a board. Super 80. The floor manager notices you. His eyes narrow. He stalks towards you, practically frothing at the mouth. You can't help but notice the embroidered corporate logo on his lapel. Pastry, magic, and more, fine catering. The image is completed by a stylized rendering of what appears to be a frolicking kitten standing astride a pair of shooting stars. You, what are you doing in my kitchen? He glances at your chest, sees the visitor badge hanging from the lanyard that Isabel gave you dangling around your neck. Convention goers are not allowed beyond the show floor. I really like your uniform. Could I buy one for my daughter? Oh shit, I hit the... He growls an air. Yes, idiot, yes we are. If you want some, you're going to have to wait on the show floor with everyone else. Alright. I keep ignoring these two. Seriously, do you want to buy one of our uniforms? Yeah, an extra small one if you got it. I think that you'd love that kitten logo. His mouth tightens. It isn't a kitten, it's supposed to be a celestial tiger. It looks like a kitten to me. He hangs his head low, color creeping into his cheeks. Yeah, I know. I keep telling our graphic designer, but he never listens. You want a uniform, 500 union. Pay up or get out. Pay the man. Done deal. In retrospect, this build wasn't very good because I'm getting all these charisma things. I should probably... Done deal. He jerks his head toward a door in the corner of the room. It's in the ready room over there. The kitchen manager clicks a button on his wrist and the door slides open. He smiles proudly. Remote systems to help servers with full hands. That's a pretty sweet piece of gear there. It is, actually. The hotel doesn't just hand these things out, you know. Most other catering companies would never get their hands on one. Now grab your uniform and get out of my hair. Alright, we're busy here. In retrospect... You know what? I'll save. It just randomly became more charming, I guess. No, I could have just gone over here and done it. Not wasted money. It's actually lagging the game out. This area is too... This would be a turn-based game, even if the... Oh, she's over here. Even if the thing's awful, even if the frame rate's awful. Shady man. A sketchy-looking man in a long, shabby coat stands in the middle of the bathroom floor, teetering on his feet. He blinks at you through red-rimmed eyes crusted over with sleep. Hey there, are you, he checks the screen as PA the Imperator? Because if you are, I got your stuff. Yep, that's me. Great, great, great. He lifts an overstuffed plastic shopping bag. Here, you want to see the whole stock, or do you just want to buy the items that we discussed? Let me see your full stock. Oh. Wait, one. Thinks it ain't cheap. He extends his bag and opens it wide. Down at the bottom, buried under a mountain of loose pills, the shiny plastic bottle. It's the bottle. It's the bottle. You're gonna have to fish it out if you want it, and be careful. I think that there are a few loose needles in there. I'll take a look. Why not? HyperX. The local variant of the popular combat stim accuracy increased by 5% and movement by 2 for... Oh, that's not bad. Right. Good stuff, huh? So nice. You want to buy anything else? Walk away. All right. That guy's gonna be angry. You enter the women's restroom to find Isabel waiting impatiently for you. Her guest badge dangles from its lanyard at a canted angle, and the clumped ropes of her hair look frazzled. At the sight of you, she steps forward. You're here, good. I was getting tired of hanging out in the ladies' room. You have the uniform? Item catering uniform. Hand it to her. There you go. She eyes the embroidery of the logo, nodding good, good. This will work. Alright, I'm going to change into this thing and hightail it to the employees only door on the far side of the convention hall. They'll let me in even without a badge. They'll just figure that some rich guy wants a drink. Where's the VIP area? On the other side of the convention floor. He'll have to cross the show floor to do it, but that should be safe enough. Nobody pays attention to the catering staff at these things. So I'll make my way across, pass through the door, and take the elevator up to the admin wing on the 6th floor. All that you need to do is take your position and wait for my instructions without raising an alarm. Pretty simple stuff, should be foolproof, assuming that you don't screw anything up. Do you have any questions? Have you figured out what you're going to do about the spotty comlink connection? Yes, there's a demo kiosk near the VIP entrance. It's running some new Matrix avatar editing suite or something like that. The software is called a Perfect Persona. When I get to the admin area, I'm going to patch myself into the Perfect Persona console, and we're going to communicate through that. All right. It isn't a perfect solution, but it beats having to deal with the dropped connection. Just be sure to grab the kiosk when you're in position. Don't let anyone else get to it. Wait by the VIP area door. When I identify Rhombus, you'll apprehend him and tell him that he's the lucky winner of a complimentary VIP pass upgrade. You'll escort him through the VIP doors into a room that I'll have empty and waiting. Then we'll get the software from him together, beat him up, and stash him in a closet. What should I do between when you leave and when you get in the position? Walk the show floor, mingle. Try to look like you belong there, and just try not to say or do anything that'll stand out in a bad way. You're supposed to be a hot new decker in town. Try to act the part. Questions? Let's hit it. Okay, I'm over here. I guess we'll try mingling. I can't talk to that guy, apparently. Okay, I can talk to this person, though. Judging by the patches sewn onto his bomber jacket, this elf is from the Nan. Council Island, to be specific, a forested chunk of rock in the middle of Lake Washington that was called Mercer Island until the Native American nations reclaimed it. He doesn't look Amerindian, though. If anything, he looks Chinese in descent, though his mask makes it hard to tell for sure. He turns to face you at your approach. His features are mostly hidden, but you see that he's sporting a high steel collar and spiky hair. His cheeks are high-boned and hollow. The Decker's eyes track from you to guide you, and his face lightens up. Hey man, nice costume. That arm almost looks like real metal. He leans in for a closer look. What's it made from? Foam? Thermoplastic? It is metal, die-coated and battle-worn. Brief pause. I am very devoted to authenticity. His jaw drops. No dreck, man. How rich are you? That stuff isn't cheap. He shifts his attention to you. And, did you want something from me? What's up? Kind of goes. You from Council Island? Yeah, what gave me away? He makes a point of showing off his jacket. The tribal insignias look strangely out of place here on the DECCON floor. You from Seattle? Yeah, thereabouts. No, Drek. Well, it's good to meet you, chummer. The Seattle shadow slang sounds incredibly awkward when delivered in Cantonese, but he doesn't seem to notice. What's your deal? I'm not Amerindian. I do live on Council Island, though. My dad is a diplomat from Tirnanog. We live on the island, actually. They treat us like kings there. But you look Chinese. Tirnanog is an island, isn't it? You nod slowly. This might come up as a shock to you, but there are Asian people in Ireland. I mean, we do exist there. Oh. As it happens, my father is related by marriage to a minor member of the Konaft family. That's one of the Tuatha De Danann, if you didn't know. You have heard of the Tuatha De Danann, haven't you? Afraid not. No, care to fill me in? They're like the ruling families of the Tirnanog. Chummer, they're run the government there, which is how my dad got his government job. Do you, live under a rock or something? How do you not know this? Anything specific that you're here to see? Yeah, I'm here to check out the 57 Fuji Cyber decks. My 55 Cyber 7 is barely cutting it these days. I want to see what they're coming out with next year, and I've heard that they have a demo station. So tell me, what's your favorite new ESP for incursion operations? I like Blast Hammer personally. Heard of it, it's open source, developed by the Southeast Asian decking community, does a number on Blocker, I see. I don't have any stuff. Blast Hammer, never heard of it. He snickers himself. Really? It's only the most popular freeware attack ESP in Southeast Asia. He's practically shagging, his face is lit up with maniacal glee. Calm down, man. I'm from Seattle, not Southeast Asia. Yeah, well, you better get with it if you want to survive out here. He leers at you, his expression all smugness and spirit. I mean, I'm just saying. Gotta go, sorry. Yeah, see ya. The man standing at the Aztech Technology demo station looks strangely out of place at a Decker convention. He isn't carrying a cyber deck, and you can't see any sign of cyberware on his person, not even a data jack. He looks up from the kiosk blinking. Did you want to use this? Am I in your way? I don't have Astral. Just passing by, man. Didn't mean to bother you. Oh, okay, that's fine. He turns back to the kiosk, his eyes blank. Enjoy the show. You know what? So think about getting this. It would, there's a totem I want. That would be buff me in terms of, like, fighting. So fuck it. Oh, it's you again. Can I help you somehow? Examine his visitor badge. The badge hanging from his lanyard is a cheap day pass, only good until the show. Floor closes tonight. The name field says Gamage in block letters. You aren't a Decker, are you? His demeanor changes, goes from tired to suspicious. Why do you say that? Because you're at a software demo kiosk and you didn't notice that it was glitching out on you. He says, yeah, I guess that was kind of a giveaway, wasn't it? You're right, I'm not a Decker, but I'm enjoying the show, so if you wouldn't mind. If you're not into all this Decker stuff, what is there they're here to enjoy? He says, look, I'm here to relax and get off of the streets. We got free chems and free wine. And everyone but you seems happy to keep to themselves, so just leave me in peace, okay? Here for the chems, really? He does this up clearly irritated. Yes, I love chems. Oh, clams. I love clams. Clams, mussels, oysters. If it's a bivalve, I want to eat it. Butter and lemon are my best friends. And right at this moment, I'd kill a man for a wine in a plastic cup. Is that okay with you? Mean anything by it? Sorry, I'm just a little tense right now, honestly. You probably have more fun talking with somebody else. Gotta run, take care. Later, enjoy the show. That con goer, alright. A pot-bellied troll with 2 days' worth of mangy stubble smiles and turns to face you. The chrome of his data jack shimmers wetly in the light, but his cyberdeck is conspicuously absent. The troll glances down at Gaichu, smirks. Hey, nice costume. Not the kind of cosplay I'd expect to see at a decking convention, but whatever. You got the armor wrong, though. Red Samurai pauldrons don't look like that. Gaichu turns to face the troll, clearly taken aback. I assure you the design is quite authentic, despite what you might have seen on the Tritio. Sorry, man, but you're wrong. I mean, I can see that you put a lot of effort in it, but you should have done your homework first. This is Red Samurai armor, you fool. The troll snickers in amusement. He gives Gaichu a condescending smile. Yeah, pal, sure it is. That's what I love about you cosplayers. You can never bring yourselves to admit when you're wrong. He turns to you as Gaichu bristles. Hey, what's going on? His badge hangs low on his lanyard. You catch a glimpse of his decking handler headspace. Strange to see someone at DeckCon with a cyber deck, which I am, but whatever. He snickers. Like I say the same about you. Where's your deck, woman? Left it in my hotel room. Bad place for you to do it. The entire show is a pissing contest, in case you didn't know. Walking around with a deck is like, well, use your imagination. So where's your deck? You didn't give us an answer. He taps his head with a smile. Right up here. I've got the next generation of decking technology, the cranial cyber deck. He continues without waiting for a response. It's the apex of modern decking technology. Miniaturized, compact, easy to sneak into the most sensitive of locations. I don't need to lug a great big external deck around with me anymore. It's night and day. Difference between this and my old Fairlight Excalibur. Friend night and day. Why'd you get a deck installed in your head? Why wouldn't I? It's compact, it's versatile, it's fast and powerful. With this sweet baby, I can deck wherever I go, wherever I want, without having to lug something the size of an electronic keyboard around with me. It's the best of all worlds, I'm telling you. You've got to get one for yourself. Isabel's voice crackles in over your comlink. This guy is an idiot. Cranial cyberdecks are a terrible idea for more reasons than I can count. Deckers swap out their gear every couple of months. You want someone monkeying around in your brain that often, it'll make it easier for you. You don't. The troll continues, blissfully unaware of Isabel's interruption. So have I sold you on a head deck of your own yet? Come on, you know that I have. Wouldn't you have people poking around in your head every time you need an upgrade? He blinks. Well, I guess, but that thing is going to be obsolete within 6 months. And then you're going to, what, get more brain surgery? He crosses his arms, sets his jaw. It's so different from installing an encephalon, and everyone does that. What do you know anyway? Nothing, not a thing. Now leave me alone. Rack of high-capacity stick. Alright. Okay, I can talk to this guy now. Convention staffer. As you approach through the corner of the convention floor, you find a brightly lit entrance. There's signs on the walls pointing toward it. Simpson's parlor/decking area. As you draw closer, convention staffer in a bland uniform steps towards you. Sorry to say it, but we're all a bit crammed right now. If you hang tight, we should be able to squeeze you in soon. There's maybe half our wait. Convention staffer. We're full up. I don't even know how else to say it. You need to wait like everyone else. Stay cool. We'll get you in as soon as possible. Show organizers are going to be livid when they hear you. Maybe wait. Well, yeah, sure, of course they will. Alright, tell me who you are and I'll see your name on the list. Alright. Never heard of Richard Villiers, CEO of Fuji? Of course I have. Why are you saying that you know him? Yeah. Of course I have. Where are you? The chief advisor of his ex-wife Samantha. You might know her as the VP of Novatech Seattle. His eyes widened in surprise. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize who I was dealing with. Here, going through. I think I may take a lap around the con floor. Take as much time as you need. Your comlink crackles to life when an ear-splitting hiss, Isabel. Okay, I've jacked into the admin boot static. Imitative. But I can work with it. Are you in position yet? No, not yet. Get to the waiting room near the VIP entrance and use the kiosk member perfect persona. He has to talk to you. Copy that. While you're getting there, I'll start working on getting the VIP access and locating ROM. The line goes dead. No response. If there's anything else that you'd like to see on the show floor, you'd best do it now before you use the kiosk. I doubt that we'll get the opportunity to afterward. We'll look around a bit more before we hit the kiosk. H. Decker. An elderly Decker with a nickel-plated data jack turns to face you smiling. Ain't this a hell of a thing? Lovely show, lovely show. He nods eagerly, rubbing his hands. Lots and lots of shiny toys. If you're here to see anything... Send your hand shaking, you are. He grabs your proffered hand and shakes it vigorously. Call me Turtle. Been going to DECCON for damn near 20 years now, and it's never looked half as nice as it does now. Really? Yeah, the show's really gotten big in the past couple of years. He gestures at the Fairlight booth off in the distance. Lots of corporate money flowing into this thing these days. The old Decker lowers his voice in a conspiratorial whisper. I've heard that the guy who first organized the show sold out to some big promoter. Took home a 6-digit paycheck. Lots of young guys have been bitching and moaning all over Shadowland about that. But not me. I've been around long enough to know the score. Someone offers you that kind of money, you take it. Where'd you get your name from? Turtle. It's a funny name for a Decker. An old piece of software, something that went obviously well before your time, he grins. I guess I'm showing my age, but something about that little cluster of pixels always made me happy. Anything specific? Got my eyes on a couple of things this year. I'm going to check out the Fairlight booth, of course, and Fuji's doing some interesting things with miniaturization. He shakes his head ruefully. You know, when I was just getting started, it would have taken an entire warehouse full of machines to match the computing power of the PDA on your wrist. No, scratch that. They wouldn't have come close. Technology's come a long way. Sure has. He shakes his head, grinning. Sure has. Anyway, I've taken up plenty of your time already. I'm sure that you've got exhibits to see, unless you wanted something else. Gotta keep moving, Turtle. Enjoy the show. Where's you by then? These deckers look different from any of the others on the show floor. As you approach, you can see the quiet confidence in their postures and the steel in their eyes. Unlike their peers, these are professionals, Shadowrunners. Convention goer. The most vocal of the three, a female orc with an obvious cyber eye, addresses you. Maybe you could help sell this. My colleagues and I have a difference of opinion on the relative merits of mid-range cyber decks. Would you agree that the Fuji Virtua X is the best mid-range deck in this class? You always do this, Harridan. You word your questions to lead strangers into giving the answers that you prefer. Now, the community consensus is that the Virtua X is just an overpriced rehash of the Cyber 6 in a nicer-looking case. Oh, shut up, Beers. You're doing the same thing. Her voice is surprisingly deep and brassy. Besides, everyone knows that Fuchi is going down the tubes. Villiers is pulling assets out of the company and transferring them to his other holdings as fast as he can get away with it. So Fuchi is relapsing in on itself. The Fairlight, and Fairlight doesn't do mid-range machines. Then Allegiance is obviously primed to dork size. Nova Hot here is Allegiance's number one superfan, in case you couldn't tell. Never mind the fact that their only current product, the Alpha, is woefully lackluster next to the competition. We've been going around on this for hours. What do you think? What deck is going to be best in class at the mid-range price, point at 57? Don't I have Charisma 5? Cranial Cybers are going to be the hottest thing in town. They're going to laugh. That's interesting and more than a little hardcore, but as far as I've heard, we're still a decade off from Cranial Cyberdecks becoming the norm. You know something that we don't? So there's that troll over there. Really? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Expensive, too. Successful enough to afford a cranial deck, you're someone that I want to know. Hang around a bit, let's chat. She chuckles, hey, join the club. Between travel arrangements and the transorbital flight out here, a little behind on current events. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Wish that I could help you, but that's sort of lose touch with the world the week of the con. You enjoying the con so far? He shrugs. It's what it always is. Bad food, a lot of antisocial people, and overpriced vendor kiosks. By the end of the weekend, I'm probably going to have measles and or the flu. To be perfectly honest, I don't even remember why we all fly out here every year. Beers, we come out here because you start getting excited about the show months in advance every year. You left me 15 voice messages to make sure that I remembered to book the hotel room. That's because I remember what happened in 52. I do enough sleeping on the street back home. I don't need to do it when I'm on vacation, too. How many times do I have to apologize for that? I'll let you know when you can stop. Where are you from? Oh, Macau. Ooh. I've got a house in Indonesia, spend most of my time in Seattle, though. I'm from Phnom Penh, but do a lot of work out here in HK. Don't know where Phnom Penh is. Gotta go. Right, Chiwei, see you around the show floor. Product display. You model Mr. Lin. The orc behind the counter looks up from his sales sheet. He warily recites what sounds like a rehearsed welcome. Welcome to Mr. Lin's Big Time Data Shack. Special show prices for this event only. He leaves a hand over the booth. Feel free to browse. Alright. So I'll do this now. Alright. The perfect persona booth. The perfect persona kiosk flickers to life at your approach. A debug menu pops onto the screen along with a text prompt in all caps. Schick, enter the following key code into this kiosk. To the code. You tap the code onto the kiosk's keyboard. A moment later, a series of 5 loud popping sounds rattles off in your comlink's earpiece. Isabel's voice fills your ears, crisper and cleaner than it was before. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me, Schick? Yeah, I hear you. What was that? A command line code for the kiosk to connect with your comlink via direct link. A hint of smugness creeps into her voice. This way, we can bypass using a comm signal entirely. Very clever. I know. As long as you remain within a couple of feet of the kiosk, we shouldn't have any problems. Wander too far outside of that range and you're going to get static again. So basically I can't move from this spot. That's what I said, right? Now that we're all linked up, give me a second and I'll locate Rhombus. You hear the sound of rattling keystrokes, coupled with Isabel muttering under her breath. The line falls silent. The silence stretches 10 seconds, 20, then you hear Isabel explode. What the hell? He already has one? How the fuck does Rhombus merit a VIP pass when I don't? He goes off the rails. The run goes sideways, happens every time. She rails into her earpiece, fuming. I'm twice the decker that he is, and everybody knows it. What makes him a VIP when I'm not? Jealous much? Maybe he has friends in high places. She takes a moment to calm herself. You can almost feel the heat of her anger radiating through your earpiece. Alright, I know which room he's staying in now. Of the strained silence. I'll just need a few moments to get you from your VIP upgrade. The line goes dead. As we cut the door, find the dwarf end. A series of clicks erupts in your ear. Cutting guide choose sentence short. Your PDA begins blinking. You are receiving a video chat request to answer the call. Isabel blossoms onto the screen along with a pair of towering security guards. The line that connected her to the admin terminal hangs loose from its socket. I'm gonna ask you again, what the hell are you doing in here? Take your time and make sure that you're telling me the truth. I'll know if you don't. Isabel stammers helplessly. I was just looking for the person who ordered this coffee. What were you doing for him in the Matrix? And besides, you don't have any coffee, so try again. She continues to sputter. Her eyes dart toward the screen, fixing on you. She can see the desperation on her face. Well, I need to, Alright, Isabel, listen up. Say what I say and you'll be fine. Say okay if you understand. Okay. Last chance, start talking. Since or spend the night with the HKPF. And here's a prank. I feel like such a fool. I feel dumb. The guard glances at his counterpart. We don't have time for this. Just kick her out and be done with it. The guard in front of Isabel straightens forward. Yeah, you're probably right. She looks down at Isabel, hands on her hips. I'm gonna let you go with a warning this time, but only this once. If I catch you anywhere near this room again, I'm turning you over to the police. Got it? But I... They're just... They'll kick you out of the room. Yes, sir. Good call. The line goes quiet as she moves out of the server room. Oh. Controlling Isabel for once, that's weird. What a damn nightmare this is turning out to be. I'm sorry, Schick, but I couldn't get you your VIP access. You got in and out of there in one piece, and without the cops getting drawn into this, that's what's important. You're right, at least I know where we have to go. Rhombus has a room in the VIP section, and I can get us there. There's only one problem. Without VIP access, you can't open the door without sending an alarm. The picture on your PDF flickers worryingly. A moment later, Isabel's image returns to the screen. I'll let you through from this side. That's what I'm going to do. I'll make my way down to you and open the door. I lost a bit of that. Are we going to have communication problems again? Maybe a bit. I'm still using the kiosk to talk to you. But now that I'm not jacked in, I can't reroute messages to it directly anymore. Please stay put. If you lose the kiosk, we're going to have serious communication issues. Got it. Oh, and I may need your help if I run into more people out here, Schick. In case you hadn't guessed, I'm not exactly a social butterfly, and if things go loud, I'll really need your help. Got your back. Let's do this. She's carrying her cyberdeck on her back. And throughout the conference room schedule. Alright. Isabel takes a quick glance at the terminal. I'll be damned, it's logged into an admin inbox. And somebody left it unlocked. I can't open the door for you from here, but we can read the messages if you want. Do it. Isabel turns the camera in her PDA to face the screen on the terminal. Amber text on a stark black background swoops into focus. HR Serve Hotel Messaging Service version 2.0. Read messages. Maintenance 1. Ghost in the machine. Admin 2. Leave it unplugged. Maintenance 3. Came back for damage control. First message, Isabel. Admin computer. Hopang Nancy. To admin wing C. Look, I'm going to come out right and say it. The security guys are right. There's something horribly wrong with that Noodle extruder. I ran a diagnostic on it this afternoon. I was halfway through recalibrating the broth nozzles when the damn thing started humming, And sure enough, it started churning out steaming hot juxing noodles, just dumping them into the palms of my hands. You don't even want to see the blisters I'm sporting right now. Now here's the freaky thing. The dough hopper was empty. I unloaded it myself prior to beginning the diagnostic. I want to repeat that. I was producing dough out of thin air. That machine is haunted. You want my advice? We get rid of it before the show. Hope hang Nancy. There's no blinks nonplussed, huh? I don't know what I was expecting this message to be, but that wasn't it. Alright, we're back. Open the second message. Edmund Wing Shi. Decon all. The Noodle Extruder is the food court in the food court area is out of order and should be left unplugged until further notice. Under no circumstances should any hotel or Decon employee tamper with this device. Maintenance is looking into it. I feel like we're going to do that. Again, do not plug in the extruder. Severe disciplinary action will be taken against any employee caught disobeying these instructions. Wing Chi. Alright. Want me to open another message. Hopang Nancy to admin Wing Chi. Okay, I'm getting seriously creeped out over there. The damn noodle extruder is back. See, I can't explain it. We boxed the thing up yesterday and sent it to the manufacturer. It wasn't here 5 minutes ago, but now we've opened the doors and the show is underway. I'm strolling through the food court and there it is, just sitting there with a line already forming. What the hell do we do? You and I both know that doesn't have any dough in it. There's no seasoning in the spice reservoir. We don't have it hooked up to the hotel's water supply. The fucking thing isn't even plugged in. Where are the noodles coming from? What do we do? Nancy Hopang. What do you want me to do, Schick? Open the last message. It's too late, Nancy. At least a dozen people have already eaten from the thing. We can't shut it down now. We sure as hell can't let anyone know about it. If people were to get sick, the show could be held liable. Look, if it's any consolation, I've been poring through the logs of old shows to see if anyone had mentioned the noodle extruder, and I found something, this exact conversation, 14 years in a row. Dun dun dun. I don't know what's happening with this machine. I don't know where it came from or how or why, but it's part of Decon. Nobody can get rid of it. Nobody knows how it works. It just does, and people keep coming back to visit it. I think that this is a blessing in disguise. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. Just don't question it, and everything will be okay. I don't even know what to say about this. What do you want me to do? I see enough. Let's get down here and get through this door. Okay, I'm on it. Alright. Isabel's outline goes fuzzy at the moment she sets foot in the elevator. A loud rhythmic whooshing sound dominates the low end of your PDA speaker. It sounds a bit like the rotors of a helicopter. Yes. Heads up, Isabel, we're getting a lot of interference here. An elf in his mid-20s steps aside to let Isabel on at the floor selector panel. He looks wired, jittery, stimmed to the gills most likely. There's no telling how long it's been since he's gotten a wink of sleep. Isabel punches the button for the ground floor. Night Kings of Lightning Hold is the fucking elevator music. Working this show, huh? That has to be hard. The elf smiles down on Isabel, his expression affable. I'd feel tempted to blow off work and go check out the kiosk, maybe take in a panel or two. Say, yeah, it's tough, alright. I wish that I could just drop everything and explore. She starts in, repeating your words with a forced sincerity. It's stuff already. Bill, what's wrong? Her eyes remain locked on the man's badge. Kane Ding, huh? That's an interesting street name, but decking under it long? A couple of years now, he smiles longer than anyone else to use the handle. Know what you're doing, but be careful. If she heard you, she doesn't acknowledge it. I know who you are. You're the one who shut down the Kowloon City power grid 6 months ago. He clears his throat. Yeah, that was me. Let's just keep that between ourselves, though, alright? That little stunt screwed over a lot of local deckers. Her voice is soft, but you could detect a definite undertone of hostility. A couple of them soaked up nasty hits of dumb shock because of it. You wrecked the grid while they were ejected into their home machines. My team was in a bind. They needed a power outage right then and there, or they were cooked, so I gave them one. It was the best solution in a bad situation. Let's leave it at that. Nicely silence descends on the elevator car. A few seconds later, Isabel pierces it. There was this Decker. She lived out in Hayo. I called herself Spinster. She was a good person. Now she's in the ground. She never came back out of that coma that your stunt put her into. Another long pause. Slowly, Ding extends his hand towards the emergency brake. Isabel, do you want to go out loud? Because that's where this road takes us. Just start shooting it. She bells, hands it to Fish. You can read the tension in her body language. She's biting her lip. At least that's what I heard. Haha, I'm just a caterer. I'm not a Decker myself. Ha. Just done at you. Isabel, his smiles vanish from his face. Yeah, sure you're not. You've got to get me, haven't you? To take revenge for your friend? Did her people put out a contract? Is that it? But side not. Roughly the connection cuts to static. This isn't good. Night. Both the connection cuts to static. This isn't good. That figures. Zach pops and hisses for 10 seconds. 20. Finally, the picture warbles back in. King Ding is in mid-sentence, practically frothing with rage. Did what I had to do. If you were in my position, you'd have done the same thing if you'd have gotten them killed. He's shouting. The sound of it reverberates in the cramped confines of the elevator car. There was no third way out of that scenario. So it's just funny. Listen to me. What? You're crazy and insane person. When I get out of this elevator, I'm going to the hotel security office. Tell them to chill out. You hear the distant sound of the cacophony of the convention hall floor. It came from nowhere. Somewhere in the building far away. Not from your PDA speaker. You recognize it anywhere. The sound of a pistol discharging. That gunshot came from Isabel's rifle. The sound is quite distinct. Well, static on your PDA resolves itself into a discrete image. Once again, the elevator is in a bloodbath. Kane Ding's headless corpse lies crumpled in the door. Isabel's catering uniform is covered with blood. What the hell? He got more upset, took a swing at me. I shot him. Yeah, I can see that. What happened to play this quietly plan? What happens to most plans? It gave away to improvisation. Do you think I can maybe get a hand here, Schick? I give them about 5 seconds before. All throughout the convention hall, sirens begins to blare. A general alarm has been sounded. Yeah, I'm on it. Enemy turn. Oh, damn! Is that how many people? Yeah, okay, what are his stances here? Your dodge is reduced by 1, you think? I think the metal stance is like the best one. I gotta just break it. Shit. Shit. Fuck. Just get over here. Fuck. Alright. Alright. Oh. Where am I? That's weird. The area didn't load in. Let's try, Alright. Fix that. As you burst through the door, you find yourself standing face to face with a small, heavily tattooed man. Geometric shapes of all descriptions trace their way from his temples, down his cheeks, and neck to his shoulders. His eyes continue. The mode of each of his irises is a slanted rectangle. Rhombus looks at Isabel and sighs. If he's surprised to see her, he doesn't show it. You finally want him back, huh? The memories that we locked away. I always knew that you would one day, but you got so hostile after the procedure. I didn't think you'd come around this soon. Isabel glowers at him, her cheeks darkening. Oh, get bent, Rhombus. I got hostile with you because you got hostile with me. Like hell I did. I tried to give you some advice as a friend. If memory serves, you called me a patronizing bastard and slagged my deck. Was I just supposed to take that without punching back? It doesn't seem to matter what I say. Isabel cuts in, her normally small voice growing raucous. I called you a patronizing bastard because that's what you were being. You wouldn't have taken that tone if I were a guy, or an orc, or a troll. You talked down to me like I was your little sister or something. Well, guess what? I'm not. Well, hold up. I talk that way to you because... She shouts over him, cutting him short. Also, punch back, that's a funny way of putting it. You tailored an ESP to troll all of my posts on Shadowland. What kind of prick would do a thing like that? His face goes beet red and his chest puffs out. The kind whose cat you had killed, you little monster. Captain Whiskers was just a house cat. He didn't have anything to do with this. Spears back in indignation. It wasn't me. I would never hurt a cat. If I were going to have someone killed, it would have been you. Shut up. There's a moment of stunned silence, and Rhombus licks his lips and speaks. Let me ask you something. How many people did you kill to get to me? I mean, what kind of death toll are we looking at here? I'm assuming that the gunshots in the hall were your doing. This is not my choice. That's something. Yeah, sure. His eyes dart from side to side, then he starts screaming, help, security, somebody, help. They can't hear you, Rom. Know why? Because we killed them. Now give me the goddamn key. Rhombus doesn't respond, other than to increase the pitch of his screaming. He looks like he's on the verge of hyperventilating. He lets his back at you. To hell with this. Let's hit him like a piñata until software comes out. Sound like a plan? She blinks, what? Alright. I have time to work over your personal problems, Rhombus. Please get Isabel the software so we can be on our way. He keys in a series of rapid commands on his PDA, then turns to Isabel, sobbing. There. Just check your inbox. We have it. Now, for the sake of whatever friendship we might have had, please let me go. Isabel examines her PDA, frowning. A few seconds later, the frown turns into a smile. She nods at you. He wasn't lying. I've got the encryption key. Stuff him in the closet and go home. It's software that you needed. Technically, I have it. She traps her temple. Up here in headwear storage, but I can't access it without the key, and thanks to Rhombus here, now I've got it. Recovering my old memories, the ones about the walled city. I still have them, but I can't get at them. Rhombus did that after I moved here. At your request, you little cycle, you begged me to do it. That's actually true, we were friends then. She looks down at Rhombus, who lies whimpering on the floor. Now we're not, and that's why you're getting stuffed in a closet. You set upon the grim task of shoving a protesting Rhombus into his own room, closet, and latching the door. You managed to get him inside without having to break any bones. He'll probably have bruises tomorrow, though. Come on, Chick, let's get what we came for. Let's go home. All right. Suddenly, an explosion of sound fills your ears. Heavy footfalls advancing down the hall. You hear shouting, the crackle of radios, the HKPF. Well, that son of a bitch, Ron must have called the cops. He's probably got a panic button or something. She casts a hateful glare at the closet door, then draws her sliver gun. Get ready, Chick, we've got company, alright? Cover here is not making a lot of sense, but whatever. that's a thing. I think this is going to shit. Yep. You died. I think I'll call it here for now.